What's up YouTube, Jack Sutcliffe here and welcome back to JS Fitness, or if you're just tuning in, welcome. I hope you enjoy today's world exclusive review of Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Isolate, or Gold Standard 100% Isolate, however you want to phrase it. We are reviewing this bad boy. This is the first review out there of this product. I was the one to do it before with the Gold Standard Gainer, and I'm the one to do it again with the Isolate. I'm really excited to try this. I have got the Chocolate Bliss flavor, and yeah, I'm expecting such good things from this. We'll see, we will see. First things first, guys, I'm going to go through the macros and then go through the ingredients label. As always, I'm going to put it up big on the screen so you can see. I'm going to run through this off the back of it. But yeah, first impressions, everyone. You've got that nice gold bag, as the branding says, Gold Standard. It's looking pretty fancy. For those of you that care, it is choice and tested approved. So if you are a sports athlete or anything like that, you're alright with this. You don't have to worry about it containing any banned substances. Otherwise, if it does, you can probably sue them for it. But hey, I didn't say that. The other thing as well, it's 100% protein from whey, because other protein sources and other protein supplements aren't necessarily, and this can sometimes be a little bit misguided on the ingredients label. And then last but not least, it is gluten-free. So if you are gluten intolerant, celiac, this might just agree with you a little bit more. Or if you've maybe got IBS or you're a little bit sensitive to dairy, again with this being an isolate rather than a whey concentrate, you should be okay. But again, always consult with the doctor first just in case. So let's get into these ingredients and macros and we'll go from there. So first things first, per 31 gram serving, which is an average size serving, you got 110 calories, which is fine. And then out of that, there's 0.5 grams of fat, which is pretty good. And then you've got, which that'll be about times that by 9, you're probably looking at about 3-4 calories from fat. So nothing too major. You've then got a little bit of cholesterol in there, less than 5 milligrams. You've then got 190 milligrams of sodium, your salts, that's good to see. And then you've got total carbohydrates, 1 gram. Now, it doesn't say whether or not these are from sugars, so all we can presume is that, well, I like to eye on the side of caution. If we say they're from sugars, then happy days. And then last but not least, we've then got 25 grams of protein, which again, as always, I've been doing this for a while now. 25 grams, give or take a gram, is how much you want. Some people say 30, some people say 35, some people say 20. Hell, go for in the middle, and you can't go far from wrong. And then last but not least, you've then got a little bit of calcium, iron, and potassium, and that's about it. In terms of the ingredients, we have got some partially hydrolyzed whey protein isolate, so just be careful, they're not two separate ingredients on there. So it's partially hydrolyzed whey protein isolate, which is again pretty damn good. You've then straight after that got some whey protein isolate, which is hands down nice to see. Some isolates out there do have a whey protein isolate peptide blended with / mixed with concentrate and all that sort of stuff, which means it's not as pure, and overall the quality isn't there. Now, for no means do not think because it says 100% isolate that it necessarily means it is 100% isolate, because the branding for Optimum Nutrition is 100% Gold Standard or Gold Standard 100%, just to bear that in mind. But from an isolate point of view, this is a very clean, straight up, by the looks of it, pretty much 100% isolate, so I can't complain there. And then after that, we then have some cacao processed with alkali, which is just the cheaper way of getting the cacao and getting that chocolate flavor. After that, we then have some natural and artificial flavors, which is to be expected. That's gonna happen anyway. And then you've got some lecithin, or however you pronounce it, which is for the texture and the mix and the consistency, and then a little bit of salt and a little bit of sucrose. So that's fine. And that is literally it. And as always, it says it contains milk and soy. So hey ho, that is pretty much it, everyone. There is nothing else to it. Yeah, first impressions look good going from the bag. Some of you will no doubt be like kicking off because I'm just saying from how the bag looks. Anyway, let's crack this open. As you can see, it hasn't been opened yet, so I don't even know how this is going to taste, and let's give it a go. In terms of servings, it says 1 scoop in 6 to 8 fluid ounces of water. I have got, let me see here, I got about 8 in there. If you can see, I'm not too sure. So let's just rip this open. Now, one thing I'm interested to see is if it actually has a gold scooper, because I hear a lot of people asking, is it fake if it's got a gold scooper, is it not? And I personally don't think that's the case. It might just be an older batch, an older product before they've implemented it. But again, I've bought this from a reliable source. I've bought this directly from the website, from the Optimum Nutrition website. So if they're selling fakes, then God knows how you're going to get the legit stuff. So I'm banking on this stuff being legit. Oh yeah, there we go. We have got the gold shaker right there. Looks pretty good. Smells pretty nice. Actually, to be honest, it smells like a chocolate bar. If you're from England, the best way to describe it is a Cadbury's Dairy Milk. First impressions from the smell is great. Anyway, I'm going to throw it in this shaker and then we will give this a taste. Just let me get this off here because I do not want this going everywhere. Right, hang on. So, a nice even scoop, as you can see there. I'm just going to throw this in the shaker. Holy smokes. Throw that right in, and then we're just going to give this a quick shake. Now, with this being isolate, it should mix pretty much perfectly. There shouldn't be any lumps, there shouldn't be any clumps. So yeah, just a quick shake. There we go. Now, I have got a glass. Bear with me, let me grab a glass. I'm going to pour this out so you can see the consistency. Just give it another quick little shake. So here we go. To be honest, this is looking a little bit watery in the bottle. I don't know if you can see. There aren't any like lumps or anything on the side, which is quite nice to see from my part. So first impressions from the mixability before tasting it, it's looking pretty good. So that's what we have there. When you look at it like this, it doesn't necessarily, let me just try to block that light out a bit. There we go. It doesn't necessarily look the most appealing because you've got all this froth up top. But again, that is going to help with the taste and texture and everything. In terms of flavor and texture, taste is great. In terms of taste, the best way for me to describe it is like a Cadbury's hot chocolate, maybe even like not as strong or as sweet as a McDonald's hot chocolate, but that's that chocolate flavor they've gone for. In terms of how does it rate compared to other chocolate flavors, I would say it is pretty damn nice. Flavor-wise, I would say they've hit that on the head. It's not quite gritty and grainy or too dark. It's just that nice kind of chocolate bliss, milk chocolatey kind of flavor. The one thing that I am a little bit disappointed by is going to be not the consistency, but how thick it is. It does feel a little bit on the watery side. To date, the best chocolate protein shake I've had, or best protein shake I've had, has to be Dimetized ISO 100. That is hands down for me probably the best Isolate. After that, it's then Animal Way, chocolate, fudge, whatever. Them two are great. You cannot knock them. And I would probably say this is a close runner-up in terms of them three. The only thing that I'd probably say you have to be mindful of or careful of is price. Get whichever is cheapest out of Dymatize, ISO 100, Animal Way, and this, and you're gonna do great. So yeah, that's it, everyone. Flavor-wise, it's solid. Texture-wise, it's a little bit down. I'd definitely say it's one of the nicer flavors. You will not be disappointed. Cost per serving at the minute, you're probably looking at about $1.30, maybe even more. If you really want to try it, buy it. Although I'd probably say with it being a new product, just wait, because that price will come down. And if it doesn't, then there are certainly just as good a product at a more affordable price out there. So, but if you really do want to give it a try, then by all means, spend some dough on it and give it a go. Anyway, everyone, that's it for this video there. Please drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the review. Please like the video. You know, share this with the gym bros and anyone else who's interested in this sort of stuff. And even maybe share it with people that aren't, just, you know, to help with the views and that, because it does help the channel to grow. And like I say, everyone, you know, please drop them comments down below. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna probably head out to the gym now, maybe go out and do a run since it's such a nice day. But yeah, I look forward to seeing the comments down below.